Hey everyone, welcome to this 20-minute flow. We're going to start today on our bellies with the legs out straight. So just make your way there slowly. Sink the hips down into your mat, rest the forehead down, and place both arms out in front of you. Make a diamond shape with your hands so your thumbs are pointing down, the rest of the fingers are forward. And rest your forehead just in that space or that cradle that you've made. You can shift the hips a little bit. And you can sort of massage the forehead by pushing those two thumbs into the center in between your eyebrows. You can rock it back and forth, or you can be still. Just take some deep breaths here. Feel your belly breathing into your mat as you take some big, deep inhales in. And breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. On the next inhale, place your forehead down, fingers out in front of you, sort of tented. And then inhale, breathe up, keep the chin to the chest, and then gradually unfurl your spine. Exhale, slink back down. Now bring your hands closer towards your shoulders and do this again. Inhale, chin to chest, drag until you unfurl your spine. Exhale, reverse. So belly comes down, chest comes down, forehead comes down. Bring the hands closer, again, closer to the chest. Inhale, chin to chest, unfurl. And exhale, reverse. So belly, middle of the chest, and forehead down. Your next inhale, slide the right hand out beside you. So it's hands in line with your shoulder. Place that left hand flat on the floor. Lift the back left leg off the ground and twist over. So your left foot comes flat to the floor. You're stretching the shoulder out. You can rock back and forth if you don't want to sit still here just yet. And just stretch that shoulder out. You can tent the left finger if that feels better as well. Exhale, come back. Inhale, unfurl up, chin to chest. Exhale, down. Now other side. Inhale, stretch that left arm out to the side. Plant the right hand down, bend the right knee. Twist over to the other side. Stretch the shoulder and the back out. You can place that right foot flat on the ground, or you can be up on the ball of your foot. You can tent the right hand if that feels better, and you can also add some swaying back and forth. On the next inhale, stretch one more time, twist, twist, exhale, return flat to the floor. One more, furling up, inhale, chin to chest, and release the spine down. Now on the next inhale, bring your both hands flat on the floor, wrap the triceps in, tuck the toes under, and you're going to try and push up gently. You can either keep the knees down or tuck the toes right under and push up to a plank position. Exhale, drop the pelvis down, come into upward facing dog. And on the next inhale, push up to a rounded plank. And keep your toes tucked. Exhale, come back into upward facing dog. On your next inhale, slowly bring the pelvis down to the ground. Untuck the toes. And from here, push up again into a curled side plank. And you're just on the tops of your toes here, if it feels okay. Inhale, come down one more time, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Okay, so downward facing dog, first just move it out a little bit. On the next inhale, come back down onto your knees. Tuck the toes under, slide up, reach the arms up ahead of you, overhead of you. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you, lift the heart up gently to the sky. Push the the hips forward, heart to the sky. Stretching back. And on your next exhale, sit back down onto the heels. Head comes up last. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, right arm to the ground. Reach your arms over. Exhale, curl and sweep the left arm in front of you. Let it come beside your left hip. Sweep the right arm over. Side body stretch on the other side. Exhale, sweep forward. Both hands in front of you. And come back up to downward facing dog. Now, plant the hands down. So really push into the index fingers and the thumbs. So you're really feeling that activation in the hands. Bend the elbows a little bit. So then you can wrap the triceps back and down. Push out from the shoulders. Straighten the cervical spine, so your neck. And then micro bend the legs, making sure you're engaging into the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, and the heels. Tilt the spine towards the sacrum or your pelvis towards the ceiling with your micro bend. Now, engage the pelvic floor, belly button engaged and magnetized towards the spine, and then engage the navel towards the rib cage as well. You can look towards your belly button, or you can just stay here taking some deep breaths. Your next inhale, bring the toes, big toe mounds together. Keep that micro bend. And just swivel the hips a little bit in this spot. And now gently on the exhale, bring your elbows down to the floor. You're in dolphin pose. And on the next inhale, bring your nose towards your hands and then push back into dolphin pose. And now bring the elbows up back into downward facing dog. Inhale, elbows down, dolphin. Exhale, push back up, downward facing dog. A couple of these. Inhale, down. Exhale, back up. Inhale, dolphin pose. You can bend those knees a bit. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, vacuum suction the right leg off the ground, just a couple centimeters, and your toes are really active. And then keep the left foot micro bent, the left leg micro bent rather. Sweep the right leg up, keep the hips square. Look down at your feet so you can see that your right pinky toe is facing towards the ground. Feel this single leg downward facing dog, that micro bend in your left leg, hips square. You should feel a good stretch somewhere in your calf or hamstring. On your next inhale, come up onto the left ball of your foot. Keep that hip square for now in that single leg downward facing dog. Then swivel your left heel to the back left corner of your mat and place that left big toe on the ground, letting your hips swing open, and you're keeping that right leg straight and engaged, but now with an open hip. Your arms are still where they were before in downward facing dog. Now gently swing that leg back. You can point the toes if you want. Come up onto the fingertips of your right hand and really just sort of play around here, feeling that big side stretch. You can bend in and out to the left leg. Now your next inhale, lean forward so you're stretching a little bit, that left leg straight. Bend the right leg so your heel comes in towards your butt. And then curl forward, place that right hand flat and bring the right knee into the right tricep. Curl, curl, curl. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And on your next exhale, plant that foot right between your hands. Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, keep them coming down behind you onto your sacrum. Inhale, heart to the sky. Exhale, sink the pelvis gently towards the right heel. Keeping your right foot and your left knee engaged. So they're like magnetizing together. Take some deep breaths here. On the next inhale, arch the heart up to the sky. One more time. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands down, tuck the left toe under, straighten into pyramid pose, and then bring your right toes up so you're flexing that front foot. Back heel of the left foot is off the ground. Tent your fingers again. Inhale, flat back in this pyramid pose. Really engage with the right foot. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the hips square. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Last time. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, gently, almost one articulation at a time, plant the right foot down. Big toe mound, pinky toe mound, toes. Bend into that right foot and keep your weight coming forward. So you just almost roll over your left big toe until all your weight's in the right foot, and you can lift that left leg up. Walk those hands in front of you. Keep the hips square and your hands are under your shoulders. You're in a square hipped L shape with your legs. You can point or flex the toes. On your next inhale, open the hip up. Bend that left knee so your heel's coming into your butt. And on your next inhale, you can sort of walk the hands back, whatever is more will give you more balance. Tent the right finger if it gives you more balance as well. And then push the left thigh back with the left hand and just sort of magnetize your shoulder blades towards each other. So you're opening up the shoulders and the hips. And if that's too much, you can just keep that left hand down. If you want to keep going, reach that left hand behind you, grab the left foot, micro bend your right leg, and make sure you're still engaged into that right foot. And now kick the left foot into the left hand. You can open those shoulders up and the hips as well. You can look at the ground or to the sky, whatever you want. Take some deep breaths here. Inhale, kick back. And on your next exhale, sort of controlled collapse into a forward fold. Walk the feet out a little bit so your hips width apart and just sort of bounce around here. Do whatever feels good. You can do a ragdoll with the legs super bent, pelvis tilts toward the sky. Swing your arms. All right. On your next inhale, tent the hands and flat back. Forward fold on the exhale, collapse forward. One more time. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, plant the hands in front of you under the shoulders, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, and you're gonna step, jump, or float into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, come into a curled plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, swivel onto the right hip. Keep your legs straight, sink into that right shoulder and hip and just like stretch a little bit here. Inhale, roll forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, swivel onto the left hip. Keep everything straight. And just stretch this out here. That side body stretch. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. And swivel the hips here. You can either sink the shoulders and do that, or keep them engaged in that protraction. And just let the rib cage open up on each side, and then come back into that Downward facing dog with the big toes to touch. Any minute now, we're gonna go to the other side. Just take some deep breaths here. Gather yourself. We'll go to the other side. On the next inhale, vacuum suction the left foot off the ground a couple centimeters. Toes are active, hips are square, and then swing that left leg up. Keep the hips square. Look down. You should see your left pinky toe towards the mat. Micro bend that right knee in this one leg downward facing dog so you feel a good stretch. Straighten the leg as straight as you can while keeping those hips square. On the next inhale, come up to the right ball of your foot and then swivel the right heel towards the right back corner of your mat. Let your hips open. Keep that left leg straight, like shooting towards the other side of the room, like someone's pulling you from that leg, but you're also engaged into the hands, like those downward facing dog engagements we did. On your next inhale, sort of swing that left leg back along the long edge of your mat, keeping everything engaged. So you feel a big stretch. You can look under the left arm, tent the left fingers, and just sort of swing your leg gently behind you. So you just feel a huge stretch on the side. On your next inhale, plant that left hand down, come back up onto the right ball of your foot, bend the left leg and curl it in towards your left armpit or left tricep. Keep it curled there, press, 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 and then look forward, gently place the left foot down in front of you. Inhale, drop the back knee, sweep the arms up. Exhale, arms behind you, onto your sacrum. Lift the chest up to the sky. Let the pelvis sink towards the left hip. Couple deep breaths here. On your next inhale, stretch the heart up to the sky. Exhale, bring those hands on either side of your left foot. Straighten the front leg. Keep the back heel up. And then flex that left foot into this modified pyramid pose. Tent the fingers again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. You can micro bend both legs to keep your hips square, to find that square spot. Inhale, forward fold. Straight back. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, flat back. Now here, stay flat. Gently, gently place the left foot down, activating into the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, and then release the toes down. Bend into that left knee. Lean forward so you're sort of rolling over the back toe. Keep going forward, forward till your right leg comes off the ground. Walk the hands forward. Square your hip. Straight leg back in this L shape. Flex or point the toes. Engage the core. So belly button towards the spine. Then bend your right knee and twist everything open to the sky. And your hands can stay forward. You can let the head drop. Now, tent that right hand. You can tent the left hand if that's easier or harder, whatever you want. And then bring that right hand pushing onto your thigh, engaging the shoulder blades towards each other, and just pushing it back like gently, lovingly. Keep that left leg micro bent, engaging into the foot. If you want, you can sweep that right hand further behind you to grab the foot. Right foot, kick it into your hand. Feel that stretch. You can look up to the ceiling if you want to challenge. Just stretch here. A couple deep breaths. On your next exhale, forward fold, let everything drop. And just either feet can be apart or together, and just swing and release. On your next inhale, once you come into relax here, we've done some movements. We're going to keep your body folded forward for now, but link your two thumbs in front of you, so like a butterfly, cross them, and on your next inhale, we're going to come up through the spine one vertebrae at a time. So come up, 1, 2, 3, let the hands come in front of the face, then above the head, pull on each thumb, keep the feet micro bent, and lift that heart up to the sky. And on the next inhale, cactus the arms, and then release, swan dive down. We're going to do that one more time, but switch the grip of the thumbs. On your inhale, bend the knees, curl up one vertebrae at a time, bring the hands in front and then up, arch the back towards the sky, micro bend the knees. Inhale, cactus the arms out. Exhale, swan dive down. Walk the feet out a little bit wider, sit down into a yogi squat, and just move around here until you get comfortable. Bring the knuckles interlacing with each other. Push the elbows into each knee and take some deep breaths here. In your yogi squat, you can also have the hands in prayer. On the next inhale, bring the arms down forward in front of you. Straighten the legs and then walk the feet in a little bit. We're going to come into a crow. So turn the toes out a little bit. Bring the shoulders over top of your hands. Bend into both knees. And you're going to try and make sure they're close enough towards you. So come up onto the toes. Bend your knees into the backs of your triceps or into your armpits if you can get them there like we did earlier. And then you're going to lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. You can stay here, and you're engaging, you're protracting the scapula and bringing the heart forward, and then maybe one foot comes off, maybe 2 feet come off, and stay here. Deep breaths. Hold it for a bit longer. See if you can let go of any thoughts or feelings that come up. A few more seconds here. Your next inhale, lengthen forward, heart forward, protract. Exhale, flex the feet. Gently come back into a yogi squat, but bring those hands out in front of you. And just let it all go. Take some big sighs. On the next inhale, reach the arms forward in front of you, flat back. Exhale, plop the butt down. Bring the feet in front of you. Grab your knees up onto the balls of your feet. Pull the knees open with your arms and heart up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, push the knees in, curl backwards. One more time. Inhale, knees open, heart to the sky. Exhale, bring them back, contract, and roll back onto the back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little massage. On the next inhale, straighten the left leg out. Exhale, twist to the side. You can bend that left leg if you want. You can grab it with your foot. Grab the foot with your hand, rather. Or you can just keep them bent with the arm out. You can look to the ceiling, or you can look to the right. You can cactus that right arm as well if that helps. Inhale, stretch one more time. Stretch out, stretch out. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Bring yourself back to center. Switch sides. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, twist to the right. Now you can bend that right knee if you want. You can grab the foot with your left hand. Big deep breaths here. You can also release. It's better on your shoulders to just let it open up. On your next inhale, straighten the right leg and then roll back to center. Bring both knees into your nose. Squeeze, 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 contract, contract, contract. Inhale in, big deep breath in. Another sip of air in, another sip of air, and relax out into Shavasana. Let yourself rest here for a few moments, witnessing any thoughts or feelings or sensations that come up. Just witnessing and experiencing. And you've got your movement in for the day.